Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at Tesla, and I do realize that this is a little congested, but y'all, it helps me to know where my trouble places are. So I need to put that as a disclaimer, right? So we're again looking at Tesla. We closed at 346.46. What's interesting is this 363 high here from Friday, and we came down, made this low. Well, this was where we stopped on Friday here at the 345, 346 area, only to get this candle to bring us back down. And what's interesting, and I'm going to see if I can make that a little bit bigger for us. What's interesting is we have come down to an area that I have marked as a support area, and I'm going to see it. Yes. Okay. So we come down to this level here of 338.83 and found support here. This is our support area back to the upside, where I always say, y'all, where are the trouble places? Let's just start there. Right now, our support is at the 340.85. We're going to use this 20 EMA here as a rejection area for us at the 341.08. Now, should we break that 341.08 area, which is, as you can see, kind of like right here where these candles tried to get back above, right? So if we should break this area, 341.18, we could possibly have trouble 341.60. Breaking that level, we could possibly have trouble again 342.15, breaking that 342.76. And if we should break that level, 343.18. Now if we break this 343.18 area, we could very well come back to 344.29, and if we lose that area or break through that area, 344.80, breaking that brings us, we're going to use this 50 EMA as of now, 345.03. If we break that level, y'all know the ATR trailing stop, in my opinion, is going to be a strong resistance area for us here at 345.32, which is not far from an area that I have marked at the 345.59. So should we break that area, we can come back to this area around the 346.23. Now back to the downside, if we continue declining for Tesla, and y'all know I say in this market anything is possible. Tesla does what Tesla does, right? Under the 5 EMA, which is around the 340.62 area, we can come back to this area here, 340.12, and find support here. If we lose this area, we can come back to around, let's say, the 339.14. If we lose that area, 338.83, and breaking that brings us back to around the 338.36 or 338.40 area here. Now if we should lose this 338.40, which is a pre-market low as of now, we can come back to around 337.33 again here at 336.16, which I have the 335.90 really close to that. Now breaking that brings us back to 333.73. Keep in mind, y'all, anything can stop us out anywhere, between this 335.89 or 335.90 down to this 333.73. Now if we break that level, 333.13 is a support area for us, and breaking that, we have 332.58, and again here at the 331.39. So if you are trading Tesla today, I say trade carefully, y'all. In this market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So we are looking at the SPY. We closed at 589.39. As you can see here, we did come down and find support. We've been at this place before here, right? So this was a support place for us. We bounced off of this 585 back to the upside. So y'all know where are the trouble places. Support as of now is around 587.20 back to the upside. If we should break back above 587.58, we could possibly have trouble again around this level, 587.92. Breaking that brings us back to around 588.13. Breaking that brings us to 588.38, which is where our ATR trailing stop and a previous line that we have marked. And y'all know I like to see that. Let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger. So right here, that 538.38 or 588.38 or 538.36. 588.37. Those eights, yes. So back to the upside, if we should break that level, 588.47, and again here at 588.69, if we break that 588.69, we could possibly have trouble 589.20, breaking that 589.45, again at 589.68, and breaking that 590.16 could be a rejection area for the SPY as of now. Back to the downside, losing this area of support right here, which is at that 587.20 area. Our 5 EMA is going to be a support area for us, also 587.18. So this is kind of like a strong support here for the SPY. If we should break this area, we can come back to 586.93. Breaking that brings us back to around 586.67. Should we break that level, 586.30, 586.15, not far away, and again here at 586.08. So this could be, we could get some strong support here because there's 3 layers that we could very well find the support area, and as you can see, it's come to this area here, 586.08. So we should break that 581. Breaking that brings us back to 585.56, 585.39, 585.29, again back in that area of a few places that could hold us up. If we lose this area, 585.29, we can come back to 585. Now if we should break this 585, we could very well come back to 584.66, somewhere around that area, and find support under the 584.66. We have 584.42, and if we should break that for the SPY, we could come back to 584.08. Now losing that 584.08, we could very well come back to 583.45. So if you are trading the SPY today, those are possible areas to the upside and to the downside. It's going to be an interesting day in the market, let's say that. So let's go to AMD today just to see where we are. We closed at 110.73. And it looks like we've gotten rejected a few times here. The ATR trailing stop, in my opinion, y'all know that's strong resistance. So we've gotten rejected at that area. We've tried it 3 times. Let's see. Right now, the trouble place is to the upside, 110.65. Or 110.71, let's say that, which is the ATR trailing stop. Breaking that, we are having trouble around the 110.99. If we break that level, we could have trouble again around the 111.42. Breaking that brings us back to around the 111.70. If we break that, we could possibly have trouble 112.01. And if we break that level, the 200 EMA 112.27 could be a rejection area for us as of now. Breaking that area, we could very well come back to 112.49, and if we should break that, we could have trouble somewhere around the 113.01, and breaking that for AMD brings us back to around 113.56. Now back to the downside, we're going to say right now that 5 EMA is kind of holding us up, 110.40. If we should break this area, we could possibly use that 20 EMA as of now, 110.16 as a support area. Breaking that brings us back to 109.91. You see, we've been here before, here, somewhere close to here. So that 109.91 area, should we break that, 109.72, and if we should break that, something kept us here around the 109.44. So if we lose that area, we could very well come back to 109.17 or 109.18. Breaking that brings us back to around 108.98, and if we should lose that area, just know that 108.60, 108.62 could very well be a support place for us. And if we should lose that area, 108.10 or 108.09, that could be a strong an area, not really a strong area. It could be an area of support for AMD. So if that is something that you're trading today, y'all know I say trade carefully in this market. Anything is possible. So let's go look at NVDA, and I don't think I have that on my chart. So let's look at Meta today, and then we can come back to NVIDIA. So as of right now, we closed at 647.49. Back to the upside. Where are the trouble places? We have found support here. Looks as if our 5 and 50 wants to cross. In my opinion, I look for those to the upside, right? So trouble places for Meta as of now, 644.99. If we should break that area, 645.83, 646.99, 648. 648.31, 649.41, and if we break that, we could very well come back to 651.50. Now back to the downside, we need to get under this area of 642.60. If we break that, we could very well come back to around 641.47, and breaking that brings us back to the 640.42 area. Should we lose that area, 639.05. Under that, we have the ATR trailing stop, which is around the 638.72. My opinion, strong support, so definitely need to watch that for Meta. Should we break that, we could very well come back to this level of 637.38, and breaking that brings us back to 635.49. Should we break that level, 633.80 could be an area of support for us today for Meta. So if that is something that you trade today, I say trade carefully. Again, not financial advice. We are now looking at NVDA. We closed at 135.13. As you can see, we came down, found support down here around the 132.90, bounced from there. I'm going to mark this area here because it is a zone here that we have found support. Even though I had this level marked, this is where price came back to, right? So definitely need to watch that 133.10. So back to the upside, where are the trouble places? If we should break back above 134.54, we could possibly have trouble again, 134.81. Breaking that brings us back to 134.91. Again, 135.04 is the ATR trailing stop. In my opinion, that's going to be a strong resistance area for NVIDIA. Breaking that brings us back to 135.46. Breaking that, 135.67. Should we break that level, we have the 200 EMA 136.17, which is right here at a level I have marked here at the 136.17. I like to see that. So if we break that area, 136.42, and again here at 136.67, breaking that brings us back to around 136.99. Now back to the downside, if by chance we break under this level here of 134.03, we could very well come back to this area, 133.67 or 133.70. Breaking that brings us back to 133.47. Under that brings us back to 133.10. Breaking that level, we can come back to 132.29. If we break that 132.29 area for NVIDIA, 131.81, 131.58, 131.18 could very well be a support place for us. So under that 131.18, there's a few layers here. So I'm going to say 130.92 and again 130.60. So if you are trading NVIDIA today, those are possible areas to the upside and to the downside. Again, not financial advice. Let's see. We do have a few inside day candles, and CVX is one of those. If by chance we break above this level of 137.99, upside target is 138.81. Now to the downside, it looks as if 136.07 could be our trigger to the downside, and the level that we could go down to, or the target area, is 135.63. So if you're trading CVX today, it is an inside day candle, and I do have a weekly target for FSLR. If by chance we break, let's see if I can get back. Yes, if we break above this level, again, this is a weekly target above the level of 160.70, upside target 174.06. Under 153.67, downside target 152.48. Again, SLR is a weekly candle, has a weekly time frame. So if that is something that you trade, y'all know I say trade carefully. In this market, anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed, right? So this is what I see when I look at the market, y'all. There's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging at times is trying to figure out what way works best for you. So coming up with your plan, make sure you have the discipline, whatever plan that you use, make sure you have the discipline to get in at the right time, out at the right time. So I hope that everyone have a very profitable day, very productive day today. And again, if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, y'all, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.